told you this is not a selling meeting. I wasn't excited. Skincare. Oh man, come on, are you crazy? I'm a guy. I'm gonna put some Aveeno on and I'm gone. Skincare, that's not nothing for me. But let me show you once again. You know what really? The first step that had the light bulb go off, I looked in my wife's bathroom. I saw all this Lancome and Clinique, and I was like, hold on, Mom. This stuff is right here in your house. But I'm going to go a step further. I had the opportunity to go to Los Angeles about a month ago. I sat in the guy's office who designed the products, and I started to understand the science and the technology behind it. I was floored. Let me show you why. With the nanotechnology that they have, and I'm going to get a little scientific on y'all, and the microclusters of the water that's able to go through your skin, people age because their cells are dehydrated. I didn't know all of this. So what happens is, it enters through the skin, and now it begins to hydrate the cells, but not only is it carrying the water to the cells through the product, it's also carrying the ingredients and the nutrients that's already formulated in the products. I was blown away. I got it. And it ties into our inside out. So guess what, guys? We go inside, we come outside, but we come back inside. In terms of the products that we're going to have. These are going to be the 3 products that we're going to launch. And we want you to understand this. We are going to launch an innovative suite of products. If it's cutting edge, it's technologically, it's more that's going to come. But we don't want just the average old thing, and we don't want to just jump in the industry and have it overpriced. That's not what we're looking for. You guys are going to also see a generous compensation payout that these guys have. This is how the products are going to be packaged. I actually have a package of some of the stuff. It's not this package, it's raw from the company. I know they'll be totally angry with me exposing this, but guess what? This is New Orleans. This is my hometown. So I have some stuff, and I'm talking about some immediate stuff that you ladies can see, where I can take your hand right now and put the exfoliator on your hand. You're going to see all the dead skin coming up. And then I can come right back with some hydrate and put on top of it, and you're going to see it, and you'll be able to see how this hand is lighter than that one. We have some BioLift that I can put around your eyes. It immediately is going to tighten up your wrinkles. Right now. That you can experience on the spot, immediate impact products. And I have some of those. And then, guys, we have custom. I didn't go into this part about it. It's going to be custom skincare. What do you mean by that? You're going to be able to have little vials that if your skin is dry, you can put extra moisturizer. If you have oily skin, you can take it away. If you have blemishes, if you want to lighten dark, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing what's taking place. On what I'm seeing, guys, and I'm impressed. This is what some of the packaging is going to look like on the products. The telomere capsules that you can see to the far left, the green supplies in the middle, and all of the other products as well. July 18th is going to be our official launch date. As I said, no one can get involved. You can't be a part of the company. If you wanted to tonight, I have people that have already called me before they came. Hey, Damon, listen, just tell me what I need to do, how much I need to bring. I said, you can't bring anything tonight. I said, I don't want you coming under the pretense of getting started. I want you to come just to get the information, because the journey may not be for you. See, where we are in our careers now, we're a little more mature. It's not about just grabbing bodies anymore. That's not what it's about. It's about finding the right group of leaders, because remember, guys, if you're launching properly and you're going to have the success, you have to have people with you that can move a well-oiled machine. And it's a system to how this success is manifested. But people already are locking in their positions with the individual that invited them out. So applications are being stacked all over the country. I can tell you this, on the 18th, their system probably going to blow up. Because people are already preparing and getting ready for what's taking place. Guys, this is the actual global office here. It's actually in Newport Beach, California. We have a big event there on August 1st. I want some of you guys to mark your calendars. We're going to have a private leadership event August 1st in Newport Beach, California. where you're going to be able to have, come on out, meet the owners, see the corporate office, meet many of the leaders. What we're going to do is, I have to pause right here for a second. We're going to be shooting videos with many of the leaders. We're going to have a women's movement. We're going to have a very strong women's movement. Let me tell you why this is important to me, and I saw a lot of network marketing walk over this aspect. Did you guys know that 70 to 75% of network marketing is women? I don't know if you guys knew that. Women dominate this industry. Here's the deal on what I'm saying and where I'm going. We're going to have a women's movement because as I begin to talk with many of the leaders and individuals around the country, I say, hey guys, let me say something to you. I said, sometimes as men, we got to learn to sit down and come down a notch. Because I don't know what it's like to be a mother. I don't know what it's like to be a wife. So why not, let's have some women at our events. Let's put a movement behind our women so that they can resonate with other women. And let them convey the messaging. So now it's coming from a woman's perspective. Let me tell you guys something. Let me show you how emotional women are. Man, I can get up and I can talk. And Ray, I can train till I'm blue in the face. And I can get on calls. And many of you guys already know this. The minute my wife talked for 5 minutes, oh, she moved me so much. I was so touched. And she said probably everything I said, but it was the connection. Why? Because she's a woman. I can understand where she's coming from. She can understand where I'm coming from. So that's why it's going to be important, guys, for us to have a very serious women's movement that's going to be put together and taking place. And one of the things with some of the women that are flying in, we are going to have some video shot of you guys. There's going to be some testimonies because we also want to brand this movement with you as well. There's going to be an incentive trip that my wife and I are paying for 20 of the top producers coming out the gate. Now, New Orleans, you guys are going to be mad because the trip is going to be here. So I hope many of you guys win it because I can hopefully save on some hotels. Well, yeah, we're going to have an incentive trip. I found that. You know what I found in direct sales? Is that people won't run for money. You put money out there and you put this out there, they'll run all day long to travel. So we're going to have an incentive trip. We're going to start here with New Orleans, but everywhere else around the country, they're excited to come in. They're so excited. My wife has already been planning the itinerary. We're going to pay for everybody's flights. We're going to pay for everybody's hotel to come in. We're going to take everyone to the Beau Rivage on Thursday. We're going to see a show. We're coming back to New Orleans on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's in a whole itinerary. We're going to have a seafood boil for them individuals that's flying in from around the country. But we're going to do one pretty much every quarter or maybe twice a year. We're going to do an incentive trip because, guys, we want to have fun and build the business, but we also want to reward our leaders and put them in positions where they can relax as well. We want to be able to do that. Let's look at the industry. Remember I told you, let's study the facts. Now, we can be emotional about whether this makes sense or not, or is this smart? Well, here's what I want you to see. Numbers don't lie. Guys, beauty and anti-aging is a $1+ trillion industry. Now, you can kick and scream and fight it all you want. $574 billion in the nutrition and weight loss industry. Now, this company is doing something that I've never ever saw done before. I'm not saying it hasn't been done. I've never saw it done before ever with the company launching. You ready? Every time a company launches, they launch in one category. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's the category they're focused on. This company right now is taking on 2 of the fastest growing sectors in the world right now. Anti-aging and nutrition at the same time. Both of them. So guess what just happened with that move that they made, which was ingenious. They increased our chances of surviving and winning by 50%. Because here's what I want you to understand. Oh no, I can't stand. I don't like. I can't live. Oh, skincare. Oh wow, the telomeres are selling like crazy. you were able to balance it out in terms of the launch. Let's dive into the compensation plan as we round in the corner to begin to start wrapping up. Let's talk about the money before I go into the cap and then before I go into the launch strategy. We have several ways that you're going to be able to get paid. Some of this stuff is going to be revolutionary. Some of this comp plan, I don't know about you guys, but I've never ever saw some of the stuff that's going to take place in it. And I believe some of you guys are going to agree. You ready for this? Get 3, yours is free, meeting customers. You know how most companies, people get irritated because you have to place orders all the time. And most people, if we be honest, sometimes they really only place orders to qualify so they can continue to get their check. They probably never consume the product and they can't stand the product. But they do it to continue to get their check. Here's what I want you to see. 3 customers making purchases through your online store. I want you guys to understand. There are going to be 2 separate websites. I had to mandate that from the company. What I meant by that is I wanted 2 websites. I just didn't want a website, right, that was going to recruit people in the opportunity. And, oh, it's so great. Come on. No. I wanted a boutique online store, right, that the customer can go into and make their purchases and not be solicited to join the opportunity. Because guess what I found about network marketing? You guys have to hear this. Sometimes when people assume that there's recruiting involved, they don't want to buy the product because they're thinking, I got to join the company or be a part of the company to get the product. No, you don't. So now, with the customers being directed straight to that point, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm going to be doing to drive customers to my site that won't have anything with recruiting them. And people that's going to want to be customers, I'm going to let them remain customers. This is where most people mess up, guys. Here's what they do. You get customers. And then now you're trying to tell the person, hey, we got a meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. Hey, hold on, we got a call we want you to, hold on, no. The person got involved with the customer. Most of the customers, if you relax, listen to me, 10% of them automatically convert to be a part of the opportunity. But they're going to convert on their own, but listen to this. That's a distributor you're going to have for life. Why? Because they got involved for the what?
Product. Correct.
So let it grow organically. If a person is see, there are people that I'm talking to and I'm prospecting, and I want you guys to hear this, strictly as customers. I'm not talking to them about the opportunity at all because I'm building my database of customers as well. Here's the second, this is one of the revolutionary things. I'm going to put this on the board so some of you guys can get this and understand this. I've never before, ever saw a 3-tier fast start bonus. Usually in an opportunity, when you personally enroll someone, you are the only one that get the commission from that person getting started. But here's what's going to happen over here. Our top package, what you're going to see in a minute, I want you guys to see this. The total payout on fast start commissions is $400. I want you to stay with me on what I'm about to say. If this right here is Stacy, if Stacy brings Simeon into business and he comes in at the top package, Stacy gets $200 of the $400 commission. She personally enrolled them at the top package. Stacy received $200. Simeon brings on board Bernice. Stacy didn't bring Bernice, Simeon did. Stacy still got an additional $120. This is our first tier, this is our second tier. Bernice brings Randy to the table. Stacy picks up an additional $80 on our third tier. Never before saw it. So that's how the $400 is divided on 3 different tiers of personal signups on this example with the top package. Tier 1, $200. Everybody you personally sponsor on tier 1. Tier 2, $120. Tier 3, $80. But if you understand numbers in a compensation plan on this bonus, Guess where most of your money going to come from? Tier 3. It's always going to get wild. Constantly. There are people right now, you're going to get testimonies of it. They're projecting, and we don't make any income claims. We don't do that. $25,000, $50,000 their first 30 days, just off that weight right there that we give them. You won't be able to stop the tears. There's nothing you can do. And when I go to this next slide, I'm going to show you something. If anybody here is familiar with compensation plans, this is going to be a binary, which means 2 lanes. That's all you can build. One on your right, one on your left. That's it. You can't go outside of that. Everybody has to fall into 2 positions. That position on the right or the position on the left. But I want you to hear what I'm about to say to you. If you're familiar with binary compensation plans, usually on your power side or your big side that has the majority of the volume, you usually don't get a dime. Am I correct? DW, you've been in the industry almost 40 years. You saw some compliments. So hold on, guys. Don't forget, in this comp plan, I want you to hear this. You're still going to have personal enrollments over there. So you're still going to have 3 tiers on the power side as well. So you will not only be getting income from your lesser side or your pay side, you'll also be receiving income from your power side with the 3 tiers. So if you're smart, see, most leaders don't ever build debt. Never. What they do is they get people in and they're so excited about the sign up, they forget to build with them. And now this compensation plan rewards you for building debt. And I want you to hear this. We pay up to minimum of 10%, maximum of 20% on the lesser side of the binary. So if anybody that's new in the room, here's what we want you to understand. Whichever side has the least amount of volume, that's the side that the company calculates every week, anywhere from 10 to 20% on what that volume is, and that's what your weekly check is. So keep in mind, that's in addition to this. Remember, this is the third way. This is the second way. So this way of getting paid has nothing to do with the binary compensation at all. Let's talk about the power matches and check matches. I want you guys to see this. I want you to hear what I'm about to tell you on the power matches. You have to know what I'm about to tell you right here, and I need you to get this. Usually in a compensation plan, you only get a matching bonus on the people that you personally enroll. I personally sponsored you, that's how I get the matching bonus. But what if the person that was a superstar, they're 10 levels deep from you, or 5 levels deep? And sometimes you may be even working with those individuals and you're not really getting paid because they're outside of the levels that the compensation plan is willing to pay. But how about this, guys, if you don't mind me telling you this? With our generational bonuses, it will be based upon the leaders that's produced and the ranks they're hitting. So in other words, you take Eric Jackson, and he's personally enrolling Randy Chambers and some of the superstars that Randy Chambers is going to be working with and some of their people. So now a superstar rises up. Eric had nothing to do with bringing them to the table, but now he's able to get a check match on the superstar who's building in his group 4 generations deep. For you guys that don't understand, levels and generations are different. People confuse levels and generations, and I need you to see the difference in that on tonight. Because one thing I want you to know, whether you get involved with us or not, you're going to understand some principles in direct sales that'll help you win for whatever company you go to. Or whatever you go do, whatever you go. This is levels. This is me. I sponsored you. You sponsored him. Him sponsored her. Level 1, level 2, that's levels. But this is how generations work. This person right here could be the sponsor, but this person right here could be the superstar. So that means this will be your level 1 in generation. And then it may go like this, and then like this, and then like this, and then you may find your second superstar right here. This will be your second generation. See, generations and levels, they operate totally different. Totally different. And I need you guys to understand how important that is. And obviously, not to complicate your mindset, We already know the ranks that it takes to get those generational bonuses, and for many of the in-depth trainings, we're going to be talking about that. Also, guys, we have also rank achievement bonuses. One-time rank achievement bonuses. Some of you guys may be laughing at they have a $50 bonus, but that was big for me. You know why? I wanted the rank achievement bonuses to start small. Let me tell you something. See, when you really start learning the industry and you get educated about direct sales, you got to start rewarding the people who may not be able to be the big things, like quote unquote, many of the big superstars that come to the table. You're going to have more people who just want to learn the industry and just getting started than you're going to have those big mega leaders. And you can't cater everything to just superstars. So now an individual can be rewarded on their one-time rank achievement bonus as low as $50, guys, and all the way up to $20,000, which will be the highest level, which is diamond. That's the top of the top of the chain, diamond consultant. And you're able to get up to $20,000 one-time rank achievement bonuses. But keep in mind, you pick up all these bonuses along the way, which will total right at about $31,500. That's what's going to happen. Also, guys, I want you to see this. Lifestyle bonuses. These are going to be paid every week. Lifestyle bonuses are paid weekly. So let's say you make it to be a director. That's $800 a month that's coming into your household. Rank achievement, that's outside of the comp plan, in addition to. We need you to know that as well. 2% founders override. This is big. The 2% founders override work like this. Everybody that gets involved, from July 18th until midnight on September, July 18th until midnight on September 5th, with our founders bonus, you're going to get a 2% override of everybody you personally enrolled from September 6th and beyond, their entire career. So whatever amount of volume they produce, power leg, pay leg, it doesn't matter. You get a 2% override. So if that person does 100,000 in volume for that particular month, you make $2,000. That person does $1 million, you make $20,000 forever. Because you believed when we needed you to. July 18th, September 5th, midnight. Everybody, some people, I know how some people's minds work. Well, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just wait till September 6th. You know what? You can do that. But guess what I'm honest to tell you? You will be one of the most selfish leaders and individuals that I've ever saw. Because guess what you've just done? You robbed all of those families from experiencing the founding. See, guys, here's what you don't understand. Let me give you the flip side of it. I'm going to put as many people in as possible before September 6th. So now, after that date, you're going to drive more volume in your business than you can imagine. Because their checks are going to be higher because of the override of the 2%. Give as many people as possible that opportunity. Don't take it from them. See, you have to realize most people do it backwards. They think if I covet and I keep it from you, it helps me. You know what I found out? Guys, if you don't do it organically, it's never going to work anyway. It's going to eventually backfire. Manipulating legs and oh, no, I'm going to hold this person to that time. Listen, the person want to join. Oh, I'm just short of this rank. Man, they want to get involved. Let things flow the way they're going to. And I've always found that if you're able to do it that way, you have a lot more success. That's in tune. Well, guys, here's right here our Mercedes-Benz program. It's a little high, but actually that was a picture of me at the official Mercedes-Benz dealership that's going to actually be producing a program, which is Fletcher Jones out in California. So this company has a Mercedes-Benz program. I want you to hear this. It's like nothing you've ever saw. And I want you to hear what I'm about to say to you. And why this Mercedes program is so unique. You know, with all the other Mercedes programs, and usually what happens and what people do is you got to qualify every month for you to keep the vehicle. Well, not with this opportunity, guys. That's not the way it's going to work. The way this is going to work with our founders, with our Mercedes-Benz program, is this right here. And I want you to hear this. The company is going to pay a prepaid lease of our Mercedes-Benz program. Go back, just leave it there, Mike. Don't move back. Just move back. Our prepaid lease of our Mercedes-Benz program. What I want you guys to know is, with that particular program, just leave it like that. With that particular program, they're going to pay it up front for 2 years. So once you get the vehicle, it's yours for 2 years. All you pay is gas and insurance. You won't have to, once you qualify and you get those keys, 2 years, you know it's yours. In the Mercedes-Benz program that we're going to have. Let's talk about the master distributor pool. Many of you guys in here, you may not know what a master distributor is. I'm going to help you understand that on tonight. A master distributor is the person that the entire company is under. It originates from one person. The master distributor is where everybody gets involved from. That's the top person in the entire company that it overrides all of the volume. Well, guys, guess what I got the company to do? Guess what I got them to do? Here's what I say to them. Well, back up. You know how sometimes you hear people always tell you, man, I'm in this because I just want to help families. I'm doing this because I want to help people. We really want to see you win. We really, really care about your family. That sounds good. I mean, it's a nice political speech. That sounds wonderful. But here's the type of guy I am. I don't want you to show me your love. Tell me you love me, show me. So here's what I'm saying. I negotiate with the company. From the top position in the company, I want you guys to hear this. 50% of all the revenue that's generated from the top position, which overrides all the company's volume. All the top producers, just so you guys know, is going to be 100 shares, which represents 100% of 50%. So whatever that 50%, so let's say, for example, this position generates $300,000 in income. $150,000 of that income is going to be divided in 100%. So now, every producing leader, which we're going to lay out the requirements of this, they're going to be able to get additional shares in the master distributor pool of overrides of all the volume that the entire company is. So you get your check, and you also override the volume of the whole company. So here's what I want you to understand. If you got a top producing leader that's coming in and making it happen, guys, there could be a month they're getting 10% or 20 or 25% of what's in the pool. Because you are going to be able to earn percentages. And I'm going to tell you this, though. Guess what's going to be the minimum requirement for you to be able to get your name in the hat to get a share in the pool? 10,000 in total volume.
What?
No, it's not going to be $1 million. It's not going to be 150. 10,000. Get your name in the hat. You have a shot at it. You ready for this? 50,000 guarantees you a share. And the reason why we're saying 10 is the minimum to be even considered for the pool, 50 automatically gets your name in the hat for a share of the master distributor pool. Guys, I want you to see this as well. Why this company, right? Why right now, the curve of prosperity? I need y'all to see this for me. You can't see because of these words, but every company goes through 4 phases. 4. You ready? Formulation, concentration, momentum, and stabilization. Every company. Here's what I want you to understand. I told you guys, most people like to join companies at the momentum stage. Company's already rocking, it's already buzzing around New Orleans, so it's cool to be in the company. But guess what? The person that was in front of the wave, that's the one who's always making the money. Because they got there before you did, or they saw it before you chose to see it. Most people, we already know how it works. Oh, well, I'm going to just sit back. I'm going to see how much money you make, then I'll get involved. We know the game that people play. Just show me your checks. When you start making some money, call me. No, I'm just saying that we know how it goes. This is when it gets to momentum. But here's what I want to show you. The money is always made of formulation. What I mean by formulation is, we talked about that today, Mr. Boarding. Formulation, guys, is when the company is getting started. Most people, they're afraid of that part. But that's where the money and the action is at. Because you're in front of what's coming. Do your own independent research. 99.9% of every top income earner in every single company was there in the beginning.
New message from whistle.
They were there in the beginning. They was there when it started. Many of you guys, come on, who've said it, oh, I was there in the beginning. Oh, I wish I would have been there, because if I would have started with it, well, here's your time. You're at the beginning, you're in the front, you got what you asked for. Now it's about, guys, you understanding what it's like to be at the formulation stage. This is what I wanted. I wanted an opportunity that myself and the leaders that we would be blessed to work with, for us to move the change and move forward. And now for us to create the momentum. I was talking to an individual today, guys, and here's what I was sharing. I said, do you realize most people, they want to go to the popular $500 million companies? It's already at $500 million. Nothing wrong with that. $1 billion companies. But here's what you got to know, and here's what you have to understand. When you go that route, you will never, ever be able to maximize on the momentum that already exists. You're going to do well. It's just going to be another good face in the crowd. For you to get everything it is that's due to you, even if this is not the one, go identify you a company that you can be a part of the formulation stage. Don't be so afraid to start the beginning. In other words, here's what I'm trying to show you. You be the ones to create the $500 million. You be the one to create the $100 million company story. Somebody had to do it. No company started and, oh, we're at $500 million.